feel better now?
I mean, dude, it's like there's so much of this is not the way that it's supposed to be yet. Do you know what I mean? It's like I hate that is my visual.
What, the glow in the dark stars?
It's just like the paint, chip it off. It's just very unpolished. I'm a polished guy.
Okay, sure.
This is a very unpolished thing.
You have 3 children in this house. This is a house of children. It's to be expected. This is not like a what the fuck, man. This is how this goes sometimes, man.
Yeah.
You painted this wall.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
Yeah, it's a little bit darker than the other.
It looks great.
Gray.
I like it.
I thought the darkness in you would appreciate it.
I mean, it's also what is that? Slate gray?
It's called Cyberspace.
Cyberspace.
Yeah. It's like
that is not what I think when I think cyberspace.
It's not deep space.
When I think cyberspace, I do not think gray.
What do you think?
I honestly think neon green from the Matrix. When I think cyberspace, I see all of those the code. The code. Do you know what the code? Do you know what the code actually is?
What do you mean?
So that actually is something.
Okay.
That code is in a language.
It's not just random. It's like Sumerian or something.
No. It's from what I understood, it is an Asian language. I don't remember if it's Korean or Chinese. I don't think it's Chinese, and I don't know if it's Japanese, but it is an Asian language. I want you to give me your top 3 guesses on what that code actually is saying in the Matrix.
You are all part of the Matrix. So I would imagine it has something to do with the illusion of the world that we're living in compared to the reality that it posits.
I like where your head's at. Now, keep in mind, this code is indecipherable to anybody watching the movie. So no one could be able to be like, oh, that's because it's not in English.
Yeah.
So most American viewers have no idea. They just see symbols and they think that's what it's saying. You're way off.
Okay.
It does actually say something.
Yeah.
So guess number 2. You chose to go with it more conducive to the movie, which I like where your head's at, has nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah. Never stick popcorn in your ear and if you happen to do that, don't then try to serve that popcorn.
That sounds like a wild old wives' tale. Never stick popcorn in your ear. What is that?
Well, dude, you ever do it?
Stick popcorn in my ear? Why would I stick popcorn in my ear?
As like earplugs, like to be like a hilarious little bit at a lunch table, and you're sitting, like somebody says a joke at your lunch table, and you're trying to hyperbolically show them how bad that joke was. So
you stick popcorn.
White cheddar popcorn. You stick white cheddar popcorn in your ear.
And how awry does that go?
And then you spend the rest of your ear just thinking that there's white cheddar dust in your ear canal.
Getting a kernel out of your teeth is annoying. Getting it in your ear sounds like a fucking nightmare. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So it's not that either. Guess number.
But however, don't stick popcorn in your ear. Even though that's not what it says.
I mean, I like, that's actually, you know what? Sage advice. I'll take it. Yeah. So guess number 3. Guess number 3. On what the code in the Matrix actually is saying.
Something along the lines of like bros before hoes.
I like that too. Not that either. It's a sushi recipe.
Sushi recipe.
It's just sushi recipes over and over and over again that the Wachowski sisters now, not brothers anymore. Sisters now. Both of them.
If it must be said that way, I suppose.
Former brothers. Is former brothers fine?
Do I have to play pretend with them? Like, listen, I will call Elliot Page.
Sure.
That is because I have spent my life being conditioned to have to give some grace to women playing pretend. I have no sympathy for men playing pretend whatsoever. I'm asympathetic to men playing pretend. But if you want to call them sisters,
I mean, that's just what they're billed as now. couple of sister bitches. You know what I'm saying? Two former dudes who are now ladies, who I don't think have directed anything since. I don't think they've done. I'm not totally sure. I don't think they have done anything. Ugh. I don't know if they've got caught up with other lady stuff.
They're on their period.
I don't know what other ladies.
They're probably menopausal by now.
Well, their fucking film careers on menopause right now, dude.
It's more menopause.
It's paused definitely.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what they've directed since. And look, when the first one of them did it, I remember people like, "Wow, can you believe it?" And then the second one did it too, and I was like, "Wow, that's just what are the odds?"
Yeah. Well, now you can blame the parenting. If it was just one of the brothers that did it, that one brother is probably on that thing. Listen, I just don't want to
on that thing.
It's not even that I'm trying to be politically correct. It's just that the thing inside of me that doesn't want to offend people.
First off, I will say this for you: on that thing is the most politically correct you can get. Yeah. For you,
yo, they on that thing.
This is my son. He on that thing.
He on that thing.
He on that thing right now. Let it be.
Listen, we're just gonna ignore the thing he on, but he on that thing.
On that thing. I mean, for you, I'm not going to say it's growth, but it is like, that's the best you can do.
I thank you.
I'm saying,
I'm not,
as a person who knows you,
yeah,
you saying not like any type of, I wouldn't even say slur.
Yeah.
But like, just like not using political correct terminology or whatever. Yeah. On that thing, I know exactly what you mean, and you're not being like, he's on that thing. You're like, he's on that thing. He's on that. They're on that thing.
And if you don't mind me saying so, because you said that this is the best I can do, I will never try to do better.
No, I don't want you.
I'm maxing out right
You've
now.
You've plateaued with the acceptance,
dude. It's like my hair.
Yeah, dude. Sidney has literally had it up to here,
dude. This is actually my hairstyle. This box represents that I have plateaued.
That's how it is
socially.
And look, I'll accept that.
I'm not trying to be better than what you have known me to be up into this box.
I like where you're at. That's and honestly, I think that's a positive. That's a positive thing. I can't say. Well, I guess because it's plateau, I can't call it. I can't call it growth. That's.
I mean, up to this point.
Yeah, I guess it is. But then you keep cutting.
I'm gonna trim it down.
I'm not going more than this.
Yeah,
this is how it's going to be. But yeah, I wonder. Yeah, they haven't done anything. Did you see the new Odyssey? Did you see that?
I've not seen the new Odyssey. My kids had.
Oh, how'd they feel about it?
Well, I mean, so my son has to read the book for school this summer.
Sure.
And so he went with his homies, and their mom took them all to see the movie.
Sure.
He didn't really have a concept of what it was beforehand.
Gotcha.
Right? So they're kids. They don't.
Yeah.
He's just been introduced to the Odyssey. He's just been introduced to the idea that Greeks have culture.
Sure.
Which I think he learned that way too early in life. He's 13. Well, he's 14 now.
Sure.
He doesn't need to know Greeks have culture.
Greeks got it. They got it good, dude.
They got a thick culture.
Yeah, it's fucking. I mean, when it comes down to the mythology of the Greeks, it's pretty fucking baller. It's baller thing.
It's probably one of the more fun mythologies in the world, which is why it has such a global presence.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty pervasive.
I also really like that their mythology just doesn't just encircle like just astrology, like Roman astrology and the gods that they have. This goes after
Greek.
I'm talking about the Roman gods.
You don't mess with the Romans?
No, I'm just saying the Roman gods that they have. it seems like that's kind of what they all focus on. The Greek mythology goes deeper into like other types of monsters and other types of things.
I see what you're
as
saying.
where Romans kind of like, they're like, yo, Athena, that's all we fucking need. Like she did this, but like when it comes down to like the idea of monsters and shit like that, the Greeks they crush it with that shit. They do a great job.
I think they do all right. Now, I really can't proclaim otherwise because so when I studied the classics, which is Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, like that,
Sure.
the things that are encompassed in the era that is called antiquity.
Sure.
The Romans were just ugh.
Yeah, they were.
They were basically like the ASICs.
The ASICs. Who are the ASICs? I don't know.
Sneakers.
Oh, ASICs.
Yeah. Like,
dude, I was like, where did the ASICs roll? Tell me right now that doesn't sound like. Tell me like that doesn't sound like a fucking place.
I mean, it does. Like the Greeks,
ASIC people,
the Romans, the Asiatics.
Dude, if you put that on a fucking, somebody like, oh shit, I never heard about that.
Yeah.
If you told me that some anthropologist or paleontologist or explorer found something's like, oh, this is an ASIC
Oh, he's
ruin.
going deep into the ASIC.
I'd be like, damn, dude, I didn't know those people were around. Like, yeah, they're right. They're adjacent to the New Balance tribe of
Basically.
Northern Italy. You're like,
Basically.
damn, dude, I didn't know that.
Hey, this September 5th in Pottstown at Soul Joel's Sunnybrook, Ryan Shaner and myself, Sidney Gantt, are going to be doing the best comedy show. Stand up, possibly other stuff. Maybe guests.
Come for the stand-up. Stay for the possible other stuff.
Dude, if you don't stay for the possible other stuff, you're going to be so
Yeah, you're going to be disappointed.
pissed when you hear about it later.
You're going to be mad as hell.
Oh, so
it's
mad.
It's going to be dumb. But what time is it? Is it 7 o'clock?
Yeah, 7 or 7:30.
7 or 7:30 at Soul Joel's Sunnybrook.
Check out the information below. Wherever you're listening to this podcast or watching this podcast, check the info. The link is there. Get your ticket. Get there.
Or we'll find you.
I mean, they're not even New Balance, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're just ASICs.
They're ASICs.
They're ASICs. Well, the Asiatic people, they deserve respect.
They deserve respect. I'm not going to disrespect them.
You can't disrespect them.
But Greek mythology was probably one of my favorites. Greek and Egyptian mythology. I really got into that when I was... So I took a... It was going to be... I was going to major in history.
Sure.
And let me take that back. I was considering majoring in history.
Okay.
But when I went into college, dude, it was... first of all, young people shouldn't be going into college. An 18-year-old shouldn't be making a decision about what I'm going to do with the rest of my life.
Okay.
Like now at this age,
yeah.
If I had to have an 18-year-old make a decision about what I was going to do for the rest of my life, I would be like, hell no. And even if it was me, even if you, like, I don't think, even, I'll put it to you this way. Even if I went back in time right now and said to my 17, 18-year-old self what to do for a major.
Yeah.
And then I went back to the future, I would be so bummed out that decision still had to be made by an 18-year-old me.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, if I went back in time and told 18-year-old me, 18-year-old me went to community college, but like, I would have told 18-year-old, I was like, yo.
We don't have majors.
Yeah. I was like, dude, get ready for a major disappointment.
Yeah. Apparently, I learned nothing because I don't even know that there weren't majors at this school, and I went here.
I would have told him just like, yo, dude, get into welding or something. I would have like just get a trade, dude.
Yeah, a trade.
Because really what you're going to do is like you're going to find out in the future things are going to be a little bit dicey, and then most of the fact that people aren't, the infrastructure is going to crumble around you. Get to welding, motherfucker. Build some bridges or something.
No, well, like getting into the trades would probably be one of the better piece of advice that I could give myself.
But see, that's the problem with that is, you know, growing up in the 90s and being in elementary school and then, you know, going into the early 2000s in high school from, you know, 1992 to graduating high school. You know, people were told like, yo, you need a college education. Like you need.
Oh, I hated it.
You need this
Dude,
to do anything.
Desperately needed to get into college.
Yeah, and hearing that my whole life,
dude,
you're like, yeah, that's what I have to do.
I was propagandized so hard,
without a doubt.
That's the only propagandizing that I complain about. Because other than that, I was very on board with all of the propagandizing that was happening to me. I was like, let's go. Let's do this.
What was your favorite propaganda?
Sunny D.
Yeah, dude, that is it.
Dude, the Sunny Delight campaign of the 90s.
I will say I was more of a Capri Sun guy, seeing like, oh man, this drink will make me faster. This drink will make me better at everything.
When I needed to get extreme, it was Capri Sun, but health-wise?
Oh, dude, don't get me wrong. The Sunny D health campaign was pretty amazing.
You know what? It's probably the reason that I almost had diabetes back then.
Straight up. I will say that I also was propagandized by the phrase "part of a complete breakfast."
Ooh.
How crazy was that phrase? And when you are eating basically candy in the morning, you're like, well, I know I'm getting nutrients. This is part of it. I don't have the complete breakfast. I don't have the whole thing.
We can't afford the whole. Listen, those rich kids in the suburbs are eating a complete breakfast.
I'm eating part of it.
I'm eating part of a complete breakfast.
At least I've got part of
this
it.
Is more than, listen,
you don't
there
get
are
it,
some
dude.
people that don't even get this much.
Yeah, that was another thing too, is like I was very aware that like, look, me eating Captain Crunch was like, look, I'm blessed right now.
Dude.
I have part. I may not have the complete breakfast. And also another thing I tried to do a few times was have the complete breakfast with the cereal. I tried
like bacon,
eggs, toast, orange juice, and the bowl of cereal, dude.
That's too much breakfast.
Crazy, dude.
That's too much.
Who's eating that?
What are you at a hotel eating the continental? That's the continental
Dude,
breakfast.
nobody is eating that. And I remember being like, you'd see it in the commercial.
And a glass of milk, by the way.
Oh, and a
Next
glass
to the
of milk.
orange juice.
You gotta have that, and like maybe a small little bowl of fruit. Like they show you in the commercial just the beautiful bowl of candy, cereal, surrounded by actual breakfast, and you're like, dude. At least I got part of it.
Yeah, that got me.
It's part of a complete breakfast, and I did for the longest time. I was like, dude, no matter what, I have. Maybe I'm not having the whole thing, but I do have part of it, and that is good. That's good enough.
I ate part of a complete breakfast and went to college. I did what I was supposed to do.
That's what I was supposed to do.
Like a nice young American boy. I did it.
That's right, dude. And what sucks...
And I didn't drink that purple stuff. I had Sunny D.
Oh, you didn't drink any purple drink?
No, I was Sunny D all the way.
I loved purple. We were a huge Kool-Aid family. Huge Kool-Aid family.
Well, I had a little bit of a fifth and sixth grade diabetes scare.
You had a diabetes
I had a real life diabetes scare.
How did that happen?
Well, because,
that sounds like either too much purple drink. That sounds like too much.
That was the qualifier. I mean, so the issue was there was one summer. I think it was the summer between 4th and 5th grade, or the summer between 5th and 6th grade. Not the summer that I was hit by the car.
Sure.
It was the summer after that.
Yeah.
My mom was under the impression that I was pissing a little too much. She was counting my peas. And she allotted me a certain amount of peas for the week or day. I don't know what the threshold was.
Sydney, you are peeing too much?
Yeah,
too much peeing?
She thought I was peeing too much.
Okay. All right. What is too much? Were you peeing a lot?
I didn't think so. So here's what really happened. It was really I didn't get to discuss this with my mom. So there were a couple times when I was at that age that I pissed on my belt.
Pissed on your belt?
Yeah, I got to pee really bad, and you're like undoing your belt, undoing your jeans, and you whip it out. And as you're whipping it out,
it's spouting.
peeing.
Yeah, I get you.
And I pissed on my belt.
Damn it.
Multiple times.
Okay.
Multiple times. And there was a time when I dribbled a little bit in my drawers because I had to pee really badly, and I couldn't leave the context that I was in to go to the bathroom because it would have been rude or sacrilegious or whatever.
Sure.
So I ended up tinkling a little bit in my then boxers. I was a boxers kid back then.
Damn. And those just, they absorb.
They
dude.
absorb.
They absorb.
I'm wearing a wet blanket.
Yeah.
In my underwear.
Yeah, dude.
As my underwear, rather.
I can't believe that boxers were so popular in the fact that they were just wet fabric. Like when you on a hot day,
Yeah.
dude, it's the worst thing. You just have a fucking bowl of soup in your ass.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
I didn't understand, and it got to a point where like I would wear boxers. I'm like, dude, this is so uncomfortable. I don't understand why anybody's doing
They
this.
were the material that sheets are made out of, and with the worst thread count.
Yes,
you could have. They were the worst.
they were the worst, dude.
On top of that, by the way, I was propagandized into wearing boxers
I think everybody was as well.
in the
Yes.
90s.
Yes,
Dude, it was boxers.
you had to have.
There
them.
was a time before I went full, I'm going to do boxers. I was wearing boxers with tighty whities underneath them
What?
because I wasn't ready to make the jump. But I knew I had to have boxers on. But that was too much.
That is too much.
That was too much.
That's too much.
Yeah, there was layers.
That's see now. If I was your mom, I'd be more concerned about that. That's just.
It was concerning.
I'd be like, Sydney, you're wearing too many underwears.
But I think she was just happy I was wearing some.
Sure, I guess so.
Right?
You know, you pick your battles.
So because I was having these urination incidents, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm never going to wait until I have to pee badly again. As soon as I feel the sensation, I'm going.
Okay. And then that turned into
That turned into my mom thinking I was twinkling too much. She thought it was a problem. She thought it was a diabetic sign.
But like, how much? I'm trying to think. Like, how often are you going to squirt? I don't understand.
I mean, it was just It was just more frequently than she had noticed me going before.
Okay.
Right, the frequency had increased.
So she assumed your frequent urination was basically a symptom of diabetes.
Yes, and the reason is because diabetes runs really strong in both my dad's family
Gotcha.
and on my mom's side of the family. So she thought it all funneled down into me.
You were getting
and I was pissing it out. It all that diabetes got me.
Yeah, you were getting all parts of a genetic problem. That's what you were getting.
That's what
you
she
weren't
was
just
under the
getting
impression.
you were completely you were getting the complete genetic problem.
Yeah.
So you were peeing too much. You had a diabetic scare. So then your mom, I'm assuming, was like, no more purple drink, no more Kool-Aid, no more nothing with sugar.
It was so it was, dude. The scare was I was taken to a doctor.
Okay.
And I had to like pee in a cup. They had to like test me for diabetes and stuff. And it took about, it felt like 2 weeks to get the results back.
Okay.
I mean, this was early 90s.
Yeah.
Right. And in that time, the doctors were like, you got to cut back on soda. You got to cut back on Kool-Aid.
Dang.
All sugary drinks, you got to cut back on them. And from that point on, I only drank water. I never went back.
I mean, that's enough. That's enough. Like, I don't know what. I mean, I know enough about diabetes. My niece is diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
I know enough about diabetes where you have to monitor that. But as a kid, I guess, like when someone, especially in the 90s, you know, there were two diseases that seemed to be a death knell for children.
Uh-huh.
One was diabetes. The other was asthma.
Dude.
Asthma was like, if you found out a kid had asthma, that was like a disability, dude. That was like, yo, dude, you can't do shit now.
The diabetic kids and the asthmatic kids were sitting basically with each other while the other kids were playing kickball and stuff.
And crushing Kool-Aid at the same time. Just running around with pouches full of shit and just getting knocked the fuck out.
So for the asthmatic kids, though, it was kind of like not a reward, but something that was compensating for all of the childhood fun that the kids couldn't partake in. Because remember, in our youth, activity was everything.
Yeah, you had to do it. Yeah,
you had to be physically active. If you weren't physically active, you were considered an invalid as a kid.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
You would slap on a sticker, like a handicap sticker on your T-shirt.
Yeah, it was bad. And which I also find very, very funny in the way that, like, when I was in elementary school, there were kids that would be now considered morbidly obese. And even the morbidly obese kids were still, like, you know, participating in gym. Like, they were still doing it. And they were even like, look at this fucking, like, the point, like, referring to the asthmatic kid, like, you are in the worst health in the world. While it's one kid taking 3 steps and, like, drowning, like, the most sweaty 4th grader you've ever seen in your life.
Though we had this morbidly obese bully in when I lived in this there was like a government subsidized housing community that I lived in early in my childhood called The Village.
Hell yeah.
It later got turned into Bright Hope Community.
Hey.
They do the best that they can to name these places after something that will seem kind of positive, you know? Because keep in mind, it was named The Village back when the phrase "it takes a village to raise a child" was kind of ubiquitous in our zeitgeist.
And they're like, yo, all these people got is hope. That's all. The village isn't working very well, but they got hope about it. They need the hope.
They did not have... Dude, the village was a hopeless place. At the time that I was living there, before they changed it to Bright Hope, the mailman had gotten robbed so many times in the village that they wouldn't come to the village.
The mailman?
The mailman.
For money? What the fuck is
the mail?
Yeah, what is the mailman?
I don't even know. To this day, I mean, they would take his bag of mail and his shoes, I guess. I don't know what was happening. But he was robbed so many times. Like, the mailmen were robbed so many times that they wouldn't come to the village anymore.
No mail.
So people that lived in the village, most of us didn't have vehicles. So you would have to get in a cab and go to the post office and get your mail from the post office.
Wild.
It was crazy. Ice cream man wouldn't come.
Damn.
If the mailman doesn't come to your neighborhood, that's
the ice cream man not coming.
That's hope.
That's
the ice cream man is hope. If the ice cream man is no longer coming to your community, all hope is gone. Pandora's box is empty, dog. There's not even hope left over. It is gone.
Jesus Christ. So they changed it.
And so wait, what was the context that I was talking about this under again?
You were talking about how they changed the name, and it has something to do with you having died.
Oh, so we had a bully. We had a bully.
The fat bully.
We had a fat bully.
Fat ass
that
bully
lived in the village. So he lived. There was a hill, and we called that the top of the V.
Yeah.
Even though there was no actual V.
It's just top of the village.
It was just top of the village. It was the top of the V.
I get what you're saying.
And so he lived at the top of the V, and he would like take people's bikes, not steal people's bikes, but technically he jacked your bike. He would come with you on your, like, if you were on your bike talking to the homies, and he showed up, and you didn't ride away in time, he'd grab your bike by the seat, and he'd be like, yo, get off this bike.
So he's like a fat Debo.
He was a fat Debo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so basically what you would have to do is hang out about mid-hill, because he would take your bike and he'd stay in the flatland.
Yeah, he can't go up that hill.
He'd ride around flat,
yeah.
right? And he'd always attempt to, like, ride it up the hill a little bit, and then he'd get off and he'd walk it some, and he would just drop your bike.
Yeah, it's part of a complete exercise. You don't understand, dude. You don't get it, dude. He's getting part of it.
Yeah, he got part of it. He got part
of
a complete exercise. He was part of a complete bully. He was not the complete bully. He was part of a complete bully. So you would just have to wait in that area and then go collect your bike later on.
Because he just wouldn't take it up the hill.
He just wouldn't take it all the way up the hill.
Yeah, dude, what a lazy sack of shit.
I mean, but look, it was the time. Why did he have to? He didn't have to keep your bike. He was just going to come back down the next day and grab a new bike to ride around in the flatlands. He was a lowland bully.
Dude. What is... Now, I'm assuming this person is dead.
For the most, I mean, he could very well be.
I'm assuming they're dead.
A lot of those people thinned out over time.
Oh, he's not a fat boy?
Oh, I don't know. Not all of them.
Okay.
I mean, some of them. Some of the people that I grew up with that were really fat ended up not being really fat into adulthood.
Wow.
Yeah, when I see them on Facebook and stuff, and I see their name, I'm like, oh, how big must he be by now? And then I go look at him like, oh.
I think it's funny. There's a fair amount of people that I went to high school with that were never fat. Now they're fat as shit now. And then the fatter guys still remain. They didn't get any bigger though.
Yeah.
They just stayed that. Like it was they're just like, yo, I'm maintaining this fatness and I'm never going anywhere else. This is just what I'm going to do. And, in my head, I think it's harder to do that.
Why do you say that?
To maintain just a straight up almost 350 pounds, eating and continuing to eat the same way you do, especially with now, there's just more variety of food. There's more fatty crap. There's just, you can get whatever. You can Grubhub. The access to food and bullshit has grown exponentially, especially if you don't want to do anything. If you don't want to go to a restaurant or go get food, you can just have food brought to you. I think you get to a certain point where you're like, yo, I'm just going to continue eating. I'm going to continue eating the things I want to eat. Eventually, you will get bigger if you aren't doing any physical activity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these dudes were not the most physical dudes. Some of them played football because they were fucking on the line. They were fucking, defensive end.
Yeah.
So it's like, you get that, but continuing to just maintain a regular body weight from what you were in high school to into late adulthood is crazy as shit to me.
I can kind of see where you're going with it, but at the same time, there is an amount of calories that get burned just from daily living.
Yeah, but
it's actually the more significant amount of the calories that we burn, like your day in, outside of exercise. Right?
Yeah.
We burn more calories just existing and maintaining our lifestyle throughout the day.
I understand, but a lot of these dudes don't even have part of a complete life. They don't have.
Well, they have part of a complete life.
They don't even have part of it.
Dude,
they got one.
Sweet treats?
Small part. Dude.
Sweet treats is part of a complete life for a lot of people. Tostitos? Frito? Anything that ends in O's? That's part of a complete life. Dude.
O's are big in the
when you are a plus size gentleman or a plus size human, especially from a certain era.
Yeah. All right.
Most of your diet consists of O's.
See, you have a. See, you are closer to this than I am because you love sweet treats. You love the sweet treats.
I do love the sweet treats, and I love the O's. I'm a big fan of all the O's.
I love O's as well, but I'm also
SpaghettiOs.
Great.
Right.
Oreos, fucking crushing.
Honey Nut Cheerios. Although that turned into health food later on in life. Do you remember when that was regular Cheerios again? Are we really poor? That's how you knew, because it's once you started getting Honey Nut Cheerios, it was man, we made it.
Yeah, dude. Honey Nut Cheerios, apple cinnamon Cheerios, fucking crushed. And it was then remember. Just Frosted Cheerios, Team Cheerios, multi-grain Cheerios, just the amount of varietal of Cheerios. But I remember at one point in time, when they were really pushing Cheerios, regular Cheerios as a health food. And then the Honey Nut Cheerios, they started putting that heart-shaped bowl.
They're heart healthy. They're heart healthy.
Yeah, dude. It's you know what? I guess you're going to have to that's what you need to eat. And it's I don't think that's how that works, man.
Yeah.
I never thought, even as a kid, I was there's no way this is that good for you.
But it's again, Honey Nut Cheerios were part of a complete breakfast. You don't eat the whole box. You're not supposed to eat the whole box, right? Or you're not supposed to measure how much Cheerios you're eating by quantities of box, right?
Sure.
If you eat half a box of Cheerios every morning for breakfast, that's too much Cheerios.
I don't know, man. That's how you get the complete That's how you make up for the lack of the complete breakfast.
For sure.
If you eat enough, if you eat one part, how many parts till it's full?
Dude, so you're saying you would eat your portion and then a compensation portion.
You got it, dude. If the serving size of cereal, which Did you ever go by serving size? Did you ever, like, where it says like half a cup or something? Did you ever do that?
Technically.
How? Did you get like a fucking actual cup?
Yep.
You're nuts, dude. That's a crazy thing.
So what I would do is you would see how much, it was like a quarter of a cup, whatever it was.
Yeah.
They would tell you is a serving size. And then I poured that in my bowl and I was like, nope. And then, but to get the amount that I wanted, I kept pouring it first in the measuring cup, then into my bowl.
So you were just
eating the same amount that I always ate, but I was just pouring it in a measuring cup.
I'm being heart healthy about
heart
this.
healthy. You got to be heart healthy.
Dude, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, there was this chick named Alyssa that was on my, I did cross country. It was like my freshman year of high school. I did cross country. And this chick, Alyssa, who was really good at cross country and track, she said that she did the serving size thing. You know, I'm listening for anything that can take me to the next level.
Sure.
I heard that and I was like, I'll do that. And then, can't believe she's doing this. This is crazy. This is no cereal.
It's nothing.
This is not
it's
cereal at all.
nothing, dude. The serving sizes were wild. When you find out how much of a serving size of Frosted Flakes you're supposed to eat, you're like, who would ever do this?
It's 3 flakes.
Who would ever fucking do this? This is insane.
It's a few flakes. It's not even it's not even like the amount of dandruff that's on your shoulder.
It's so. Yeah. I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, Tony, you can suck my dick, dude. This is crap.
Yeah. Anthony Tiger. You ain't Tony anymore, dog. Yeah. You're Anthony. It's a formal amount of cereal.
This is so crazy. Much shit.
Stop with the shenanigans, Anthony Tiger.
I hated it. I also, to go back to circle back to the propaganda thing, another thing I did do every now and again, because again, you're watching, sports commercial, like what can give you the itch. Mm-hmm. Dude, the amount, and I still have never seen it in real life. I've never seen a person play a sport, any sport, in real life in front of me, and then grab like a Sprite or a Coke or dude, the fucking Sprite commercials and fucking soda commercials where it's dudes running around on a court breaking the fucking backboard and be like, shit, and then just chugging soda. I was like, damn, dude, that's all they're doing?
Ryan?
Wild Cherry Coke will do that for me?
I almost never didn't see that.
That is crazy.
Like in the hood.
Wild, dude.
Nobody drinks water. In the hood, nobody drinks water. It is wild. When I went to all water all the time, dude, I was made fun of mercilessly, like for drinking water.
Look, I can say this. Soda I never saw. However, Powerade, fucking Gatorade, all the sugary electrolyte
drinks. More
drinks.
Expensive than soda, though.
Yeah, definitely.
So what we would do, we would go to the store called Brunish's before we would go play basketball. Because you got to fuel up. You can get 2 hot dogs for $1.
Yes.
Right? And if you got cheese on the hot dogs, it was $1.25.
Damn.
But so you would get 2 hot dogs with cheese and all your fixings, and the only thing you paid extra for was the cheese. It's $1.25. 2 hot dogs with cheese and a bag of chips, $1.50. Right?
You'd be stupid not to do this.
Now let's just say you didn't get cheese and you only got the chips. We're still at $1.25.
Yeah. Now,
for 75 cents, you can get almost any, especially the A-Treat sodas.
Oh yeah.
Right? So for $2, you can get 2 hot dogs, a bag of chips, and a soda.
I mean,
dog. On the way to the basketball court,
dude, that's
crush the fuel.
That's court fuel.
It's court fuel. That's basketball court and criminal court fuel.
Small claims court. I'm a baller on the court. Small claims court. Oh, yeah. I mean, A-Treat is the fuel for any court.
Yeah.
Literally, the divorce court, custody battles. It's the one.
Dude, so when Sprite came out with the commercial, when remember there was a commercial when it was a Sprite commercial. A dude tried to dunk and got rimmed and fell.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have Sprite yet. So we used to say if people would try to dunk and get rimmed, we would say they got Sprited.
Oh damn, dude!
Right?
You need the Sprite.
You need Sprite.
You need Sprite.
You need Sprite. So dude, that was huge for a minute.
Yeah.
It was everybody would be like, yo, time out. Time out.
I need a Sprite up.
Sprite break, dog. Let me get a sip. No, and then it was like, dog, let me get a sip, right? And then people who had Sprite were like, nope. By the way, I had bottles of water. Nobody ever came to ask for a sip.
Sure.
Nobody ever wanted a sip of my poison liquid.
Wow. Dude.
It was like, dude, I'm not on punishment. I don't want your water, right? So let me get a sip is what people would say, and then be like, nah, I'll save you some.
So,
ew.
Save you some.
Ew. Because you're gonna drink. You drink out of your soda bottle.
Yeah.
Very cavalierly.
Oh, you're backwashing in that motherfucker, dude.
It's all backwash.
Yeah, dude. It's wild.
It's all backwash. So when you save somebody a sip, that's backwash.
That's all backwash.
That's all
That's the ass end of the fucking dude.
In the little the legs.
Yeah,
of the bottle.
the little guys at the bottom, where it's broken up into 4 little pools.
Yeah, that's 4 pools of saliva.
That's gross as hell, dude.
That's gross.
Yes.
I couldn't believe people were honoring that.
Dude.
Especially when it was Sprite, because when it was Sprite, it just seemed more like spit. When it was a darker soda,
yeah, you can really
you can lie to yourself.
Yeah, you can lie to yourself. Sprite, you're not obeying that thirst at all, dude.
Man.
You don't want to do anything like that.
Don't save me a sip.
There was a dude I also knew who every now and again, like, I never saw him do it, but he had admitted to doing it. So, like, we would play football, like, whatever backyard sport we're playing, but he would do this thing where he said he would chug, like, Sprite.
Mm-hmm.
He would chug it as fast as he could, throw it up, and then feel energy. Like, he was claiming he had a Sprite
Hold on a second.
hack.
Hold on a second. I think he might be onto something.
He was claiming he had a Sprite hack.
Because you drink it enough to get the sugar to do what it's supposed to do.
Sure.
You throw it back up, and now you're lighter.
I get.
So you get the boost from the sugar, but now you feel lighter in your body. I think he's on it. That might be Knox. That might be. He might have hit the Knox. That's the Knox button.
I don't know, dude. He claimed that was like
now when he did it, was he both fast and furious?
no. He was sluggish and sad. Dude.
I mean,
he was one of those things at any time. But he did claim that, like, that's what, like, because I'd said, like, you drink that? I'm like, dude. And we were, like, in 8th, 9th grade, where we were past the point of, like, knowing, like, no athlete is chugging soda. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, when you see them doing it, they're just not showing you the other part. I was like, what? He's like, you chug it.
Mm-hmm.
And you then throw it up. He's like, and it he's like, I don't know what it is, dude. It energizes you. And saying this to 8th grade boys who will believe anything that sounds the even most remotely scientifically true.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, I may have been drinking Sprite,
dude.
I may have been drinking Sprite wrong.
When one of my classic before I got off of the sodas and stuff, dude, I had an epic throw up, and it was a Sprite related throw up.
Yeah,
it was basically I would call this it was a Trayvon Martin throw up. It was Sprite and Skittles. Dog, I threw up Sprite, and I will say this: eat a pack of Skittles, maybe 2 packs. I was young. This is my pre-diabetes scare. Keep in mind, this is pre-diabetes scare. When I thought I was invincible, right?
Sure.
Eat a bunch of Skittles, drink a bunch of Sprite. Not a good combination.
No, right? That sounds awful,
dude. When you toss the rainbow, though, it is the most delicious throw up you'll ever have in your life.
That is always the upside of throwing up candy.
Yeah.
It is. It doesn't taste that bad coming back,
It's
especially
not that bad.
especially fruity, sugary candy. The chocolate is a little bit weird, but fruity, sugary
Yes.
shit, Jesus Christ. With Sprite sounds...
Dude, I was like, could we sell this? Is there any way that I could pay for this to happen?
I'm a millionaire. You know what? I'm getting out of the village.
Yes.
They say the ice cream man don't come here no more. I will be the new ice cream man. Dude.
It's the ice cream
Yeah,
man.
it's the ice cream man. How's he making it? I don't know, but he is yelling back there.
Dude.
No, it's just him throwing up.
Yeah, it's in beautiful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a beautiful.
Yeah, it's a huge
array of colors.
It's a spectrum.
The whole palette.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's fucking gross as hell, dude. But I don't know, man. I do think that soda on the court, I think that would be fun to see, is like actual professional athletes play a full game only drinking soda just to see how far it can go. Like, because I remember at one point in time it was around the 90s. No, it was in the 90s, but I think it was like mid to late 90s where the dangers of like sugary treats were getting kind of exposed. And I remember watching this one, I can't remember what it was. It was some weird, almost kid infomercial. Like, not about the dangers of smoking or drugs. It was like the dangers of like, yo, these sugary treats. You shouldn't have too many of them. And they really went into like how Gushers were bad and how like certain candy bars just are like packed full of sugar and how like certain cereals, they don't even make any sense. And it was also about subliminal messaging that happens with cereals and shit like that.
Snickers got me.
Snickers did.
Snickers got me.
How so?
Because what was their slogan?
Packed full of peanuts and...
No, it was like a hungry...
Hungry, why wait?
Why wait?
Why wait?
The hungry, why wait? That's
Grab
what got
Snickers.
me.
Yeah.
Because it was like kind of being billed as like a good in-between snack.
Sure, yeah.
And again, I haven't had a Snickers in a very long time, but
it'll blow your mind.
For my money, the single best
Snickers is the best. It is it's probably the best candy bar.
Also, the the fun size ones, as far as fun size candy bars, Snickers is the best fun size candy bar.
It is wild when people... I mean, I don't ever really judge people on decisions they make because in my head I'm like, you make decisions, you live with them, it's your life, walk your path. However, if I am in a room and I see a bowl, let's just say hypothetically there is a bowl full of Three Musketeers and a bowl full of Snickers, and if you take the Three Musketeers first, maybe you'll get some Snickers. But if you instinctively go for just nougat, you're a fucking weirdo. That's weird as hell,
Here's
dude.
the thing, and I'm going to defend my nougats.
Dude.
my nougat heads.
It's all my Snickers over here, dude. It's none of my Snickers
I'm
on
still
this.
on top of Snickers. I'm still 10 toes down on Snickers right now, even when I'm defending my nougats or my nougats. however it's said politically correctly. I don't want to offend
Nougats
anybody.
with a soft A, Snickers with the hardest R in the world, dude.
Yo, so listen, the nougats that was in the movie, the Milky Way.
Yeah, Milky Way.
It was like light.
No, sorry, Three Musketeers. Milky Way had caramel, which is like I can get around that.
Yeah,
caramel and nougat, I see what that is.
But here's the deal: the just nougat that was in the what was it again?
Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers. It was fluffy and airy.
Oh, I know.
It wasn't the same as the condensed nougat in the Snickers.
That condensed nougat is
what
you want, dude.
The condensed nougat is where it's at.
That's the best.
The nougat that's in the Three Musketeers can kick rocks. That's nothing.
But what is your defense of the Three Musketeers though?
I didn't say I was defending Three Musketeers.
You said you were defending your nougats.
Oh,
well, that's the whole thing.
But no, I'm not done. So here's the thing I used to do. So you can separate the nougat from the rest of the Snickers.
Okay.
You take a butter knife, So
That's too much work. You're already going crazy.
dog.
Dude.
That's I
You're
mean,
going crazy.
first of all, as a person who never leaned towards diabetes, shut your fucking mouth.
You're going.
Stop it right now.
You're going nuts.
Dog.
Just eat the candy bar
No,
and
see,
be done with
here's
it.
the deal. You don't eat. See,
No, this is why you had diabetes.
This is why I had diabetes.
You're doing surgery on candy bars to make them more
dude,
candy.
It felt like
You're
surgery.
Nuts.
So on top of that, I would and one mix eat sweets. You didn't get there yet. You were still very fundamentally. You were very fundamentally sound eating your sweets, dog. I was bouncing mine off of people's foreheads.
You were even going up in your shirt, and taking it around.
Dog.
You were the professor.
Dog,
Damn,
I was
dude.
definitely and was mix eating my sweets, man. And so you take
Nuts.
a Snickers, say you lay it down, you take a butter knife, aka scalpel, and you cut off the edges of the like the walls of the chocolate. They come right off.
Okay.
Right? Then you turn it on its side and you can slice off the bottom of the chocolate. And sometimes you could just peel it off. Depending on how, if it was cold, if it wasn't too like room temperature, you could just peel off the bottom after you cut off the walls. So now you're left with you can see the cross sections of the peanut caramel section and then the nougat section. And then you just peel the nougat section. It just comes right off. You can eat them separately. Delicious, by the way.
Sidney.
It was delicious, by the way.
So wait, what are you doing with the rest of the candy bar?
Eat it later.
What?
You eat nougat first, and then you eat the. No, it was just the nougat. The nougat by
You
its.
eat the nougat first.
The nougat-
I'm saving this rest of the candy bar.
So you listen. You could also do this.
you?
You could also do this. You could eat most of the caramel peanut part.
Sure, yeah.
Eat most of it down to like a little piece. Take your nougat and then make a nougat sandwich. Like then you have more, like proportionally more nougat than the other part than you're used to eating. So good. So good.
Look, I'm not saying it's not good, but that is too much work.
For you.
No, for anybody.
No,
dude.
it's not. Dude, once people caught on to that,
Who's the people that caught on to this?
dude, people in my vicinity, my circle. I saw people doing it. And then later on in life, Seinfeld came out with an episode where people were eating candy bars with a fork and knife. And I was like, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
No one should be doing that. That's like eating pizza with a fork and a knife. Just eat it. It's a candy bar. It's already there. It's contained. It's giving you all the stuff.
Nah, not if you got to get your proportions right. You got to eat it the way you want it. It's like telling me that I can't put ketchup on my steak, right? Like, I don't put ketchup on steak. That's just not my speed. But if I want ketchup on my steak, I'm doing it.
You can do whatever you want. It doesn't mean that it's not weird. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't mean that it's not weird.
I'll grant that.
That's all I'm saying.
I've never claimed anything that I do isn't weird. But here's the other part. If you've been spending your whole entire life being told that the way that you talk is weird, the way that you choose, like your choices for hobbies are weird, like the
way that you continually and meticulously eat candy bars is weird.
Not even there yet. I drink water. That's weird. I watched weird shows on TV that people didn't watch. Then you have at some point you have to go, maybe I'm weird. Okay.
Let me just lean into it in a wild new way.
You don't lean into it. You just know that if you're doing something that other people don't do, and they go, "You're weird," that's weird. You just don't get upset. You go, "Oh yeah, no, I guess so. That tracks."
Look, and I can respect that.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're doing, there's a lot of things that people do that don't do, that others don't do. But I will say there are things that are definitively weird, and dissecting a Snickers into different parts to then eat some of it later and eat it, that's just a weird thing.
I guarantee
definitively weird.
People will be commenting on this not only about the Snickers, but there are going to be other deconstructed candy bars.
Look, I'm not saying there won't. What I'm saying is you're fucking weird. Just eat the candy bar. Just eat
Why?
it.
Why is that considered to be the normal way to eat it?
Because that's how it's supposed to be eaten.
Who says who?
Says the candy bar people.
Never there's nowhere in candy bar instructions.
Okay.
There's nowhere on the back of a candy bar. Nowhere. It's not in the Bible.
Sydney, how do you drink water?
What do you mean? With my mouth?
With your mouth, yes.
Yeah.
Because you know that's what you have to do. Would you consider it too weird if someone was taking an enema full of water?
You can't hydrate that way.
They're going to do it.
Yeah, you can.
But you can do that. Would
Yeah,
you
but you're not
consider
gonna hydrate?
Would you consider that weird?
Yeah, but you're not consuming water. You're just putting water in you.
They believe that they are consuming.
Yeah, but
water.
it doesn't.
You're not.
No, belief and reality are two different things.
But they're doing what they want to do. That's weird.
Yeah, you can do what you want to do.
No, there is nowhere in the Bible that says that you shouldn't consume water that way.
Well,
what about the people who take coffee?
There are
enemas?
places in the Bible that say how you should consume water. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true.
I was like,
yeah.
Tell me.
Here's the thing. So you talk about drinking water. Some people do it with their hands. Some people cup the water in their hands and they slurp it. Our hands are designed literally for that purpose.
And our hands are designed to take a candy bar, and then you just bite into it. And
yeah, our hands are also designed to use utensils.
Sydney, I love how hard you are defending it. And again,
no, I'm not defending it hard. You telling me your hands aren't designed to...
What I'm saying is everything you're doing is only for your sake.
What do you mean?
All of that stuff you're doing is just for you. That's what makes it so weird.
Yeah, because I want it separated from the
that's
rest
a
of the
weird
candy bar.
thing. That's
I want it. I like the nougat. I want to have just the nougat.
That's weird.
That's
then why
not
get a
weird.
candy bar? Just go get nougat.
They don't have condensed, compressed nougat in any other form but the Snickers. That was the only place you could get that thick. Dude, the amount of nougat, like that thin layer of nougat that you would get in a Snickers was like 3 stacked Three Musketeers compressed into.
Again, I just think, that's just weird. That's just a weird thing. Dissecting food is weird. Dissecting food that is already made, just like it's already made for you, just eat it. And it's like it took all the ingredients and it made it perfect for you. You just eat it.
Yeah,
dissecting food is weird.
I'm a big time food dissector.
That's weird. That's a weird thing.
It's unusual.
It's weird.
It's not common.
It's odd. It's odd and just it's.
So when you say, okay, so it is weird, therefore what?
It is weird, therefore what do you mean?
That's exactly what I mean. Like what? So what is?
There is no therefore what. It's just definitively weird. There is no rhyme or reason for it other than you wanting to be like, I like it like this, so I will then separate all the things. You're like, I just don't understand the need to do it as where you could just eat it in a form of way. It's you being a picky eater.
What do you mean?
You said you only like the nougat.
I didn't say I only like the nougat.
Okay.
I say I like the taste of just the nougat.
But then you will then eat the peanuts and chocolate later.
Yeah, and then with some of the nougat too.
So then you just eat the candy bar. You're putting a hat on a hat.
Yeah, but I don't want. I put it to you like this. Every time I would go to Brunish's and get 2 hot dogs. Right.
Yeah.
I would put ketchup and mustard on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe mustard and onions on the other one.
Okay.
Sometimes when I would get the hot dog, I would take it home. I would get hot dogs with nothing on them. And I would go half the hot dog with mustard, the other half with ketchup. I want my bites like I want my bites.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
But it's
all
100% not the same.
In your
mustard is not the same as ketchup.
What you're saying is you're putting one side,
one half, not half long way, like from here to here will be mustard. From here to here will be ketchup.
Sure.
So it's basically one hot dog with mustard, one hot dog with ketchup in the same hot dog.
Are you eating it all at the same, like all in one sitting?
Yeah, I'll go mustard first and then ketchup side. Ketchup side then mustard side.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
Yeah, but the bites aren't the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much all the same.
Not the flavor palette.
It's a hot dog.
Yeah, it's a hot dog. 100%. I am eating the hot dog.
Again, you are a person who loves food, and you love particular things with food, like a crazy food person. Everything you're doing.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Everything.
It's taste buds. I'm honoring my taste buds, and I'm honoring my desire that my taste buds have a preference.
Just like the Wachowski brothers. Your taste
No, that's
buds-
weird, and they shouldn't do it. That's what they're doing is weird. Therefore, they should not do that. You see how that works? I have a complete therefore. You know what I mean? Therefore,
You got trans buds, dude. You got why?
no,
They
you
are
have
they,
trans
they are
buds.
flipping
I have
around.
no trans buds.
No, you've got trans buds.
No,
dude.
my buds
You got-
are very.
you have particular. I don't
I have cis buds, man.
No, you don't.
Dude, my buds
you've
are
got
cis.
you've got sissy buds. You want you like, dude. It's food. Eat it.
Listen, will I grant you that it all goes into the tummy?
It all goes in your mouth too. It's like it's all
Yeah,
going.
but your mouth has taste buds, man.
Sure.
Your mouth delineates between flavors. I want the flavor experience.
That's gay. That's gay.
No, it's
That's
not
a
gay.
gay thing.
That's not gay.
That's gay.
That's not gay. And that's why you never had diabetes. That's why you've never been fat. That's why you've never been
Yeah,
fat. That's why you
'cause
don't understand drinking Sprite after playing a hard game of
I
basketball.
understand food is food. If it tastes good, awesome. If it doesn't, it's food. I need to eat to live.
Nah, that's white shit.
You're
man.
living to eat.
No, it's we have been brought up in very different cultures around food.
Sure.
What you're saying tracks with what black people think about white people.
What
eating
I'm
food.
also saying is not a lot of white people are like that.
Like you?
No. Like they love flavor crap. They love all the palate shit. They love the spices and the blah, 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 blah,
So
blah.
you're weird.
So what I'm saying is I'm an adult male.
That means nothing.
No, that's
That means literally
No,
nothing.
that's what-
The way you eat your food has nothing to do with maturity levels.
it does.
It-
Dissecting it is
100%.
immature. Dissecting it is wildly
Eating the
immature.
food the way that you want it is the most mature way you can eat food.
Even if it's wildly immature.
There's no such thing as a
Yes,
immature way
there
to eat food.
is, dude. Yes, there
According
is.
to what?
To regular society. Dissecting your food like a kid who's like, I don't like these. I don't want my green thing touching my white thing. I don't think
That's not maturity. That reminds me of the people here's what that's like. The alcohol drinkers compared to the weed smokers.
Okay.
Alcohol drinkers have this thing where they go, "Oh, weed is immature. That was like a high school thing, and blah blah blah." Now, like marijuana. Oh, you drinking Mary Jane? You smoking Mary Jane? And then they think that they're alcohol drinking because there is a sect of society before, not now, because now there's a lot more connoisseurs and
I see what you're
weed
saying.
is mainstream.
I will say though, it's not what you're consuming. It's how
I agree with
how
that
it is
100%.
consumed.
It's not like I'm doing it wearing a propeller hat. Like, what are you,
You
talking
might as
about?
well be. If I saw a dude dissecting a candy bar, I'd be like, yo, that guy's retarded. I would be like, yo, that guy's got something going on.
I would be
with
like,
him.
man, he's eating that food exactly the way he wants to.
Yeah, really. Weirdly.
Yeah,
I just-
I think you're. So I feel like there's a thing that people do.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not saying, when I say people, I'm not excluding myself from it, because there are things for which I will do this.
Okay.
Right? But there's sometimes when people see something
Mm-hmm.
that is outside of the normal way they're used to seeing that thing done,
Sure.
right? They automatically jump to it being salacious or it being wrong,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And before they even have anything that substantiates why it's wrong, they'll jump on it as being. I mean, and I'm trying to use a different word than weird, so it doesn't seem like I'm like drilling down on exactly what you're saying.
Sure.
But I'm going to go back to weird because I can't think of another way to put
It's
it.
also, keep in mind, I do not think what you're doing is wrong. It is.
Well, that's why
it is.
I'm going
weird.
back to weird.
It's just weird.
But that's why I said I was using wrong because I was trying to not use weird,
Gotcha.
so it didn't seem like I was picking on exactly this situation. But it is a general thing that people do. Like, dude, I have it happen. Like, this happens with people that don't have kids a lot. When I talk to them about things that I do with my kids,
Mm-hmm.
when I talk to people that do have kids about things that I do with my kids over the summer, with like their summer reading and stuff,
Sure.
they all love it. A lot of them try to steal it. A lot of them ask me like, how do you deal with this? Or how do you deal with that with the kids? How do you deal with the resistance that the kids give you? And then, I get into that with them, whatever. When I told somebody at my gym that for the summer, my kids were reading Brave New World.
Okay.
And she was like, why why is the school having them read Brave New World? I was like, no, I picked that for them. And then she was drilling down on the idea of it being weird that I'm picking my kids' summer reading instead of letting them pick their own book for the summer.
No, you're doing what's called parenting. That's not weird.
Well, I mean, but listen, I'm not.
That's not a weird thing.
To you. But I've talked to multiple people that find it very weird.
That you're picking a book for your kids to read?
Yeah.
Because you want them well-rounded?
I mean, the school also picks books for them to read, and theoretically, they could pick a book that they would read. I would say, hey, you still have summer reading, and I'll say, okay, I pick this book. That also works.
Yeah.
But but here's the deal. She drilled down on the idea that I picked the book out for her, for my kids. And she goes, you don't think that's a little, but she didn't say aggressive. It was a word that reminded me of the idea of it being militant is the word that she used. And I don't remember exactly what the word was.
Sure.
And I go, why would you think that? And then she thought about it for a second. She was like, honestly, I have no reason. That was just my gut reaction. It was so a lot of times people have a gut reaction to something with no logic behind it in their own mind. They just have a gut reaction.
I can understand that. However, I think what she was, I think the gut reaction wasn't coming from that's weird. The gut reaction was coming from, I'm too lazy to do that.
Well, she didn't even have kids.
Exactly. Also, yeah, shut the fuck up.
And she's not a lazy person. She's like, one of the least lazy people. She's like in law school and stuff.
Sure.
Like she's a very not lazy person.
Well, she doesn't have any kids. It's also like I couldn't speak to that anyway. I'd just be like, yeah, just pick all the books you want for your kids, I guess.
And again, but what I'm focusing on is the idea that sometimes people have a gut reaction to things with nothing backing it.
Sure.
Right?
I mean, there are certain things that people do with kids that I would be like, that's weird. Even if I don't have kids, like people who breastfeed their children up until they're 8 or 9 years old, that to me is weird.
What's your age limit?
Infant, just when they're able to, sustain milk or whatever they can get their own, they can feed themselves, where they can feed themselves.
I mean, my wife breastfed our kids until they were like over 3.
Wild.
Not only that, my kids slept in bed with us until they decided it was time to go to their own bed. Like my son was like in bed with like me, my wife, and the twins. And one day he came, he was like, he'd come into bed, sleep every night. And one day he came and he looked at it and was just like, nah, I'm good. And he walked to his room and got in his bed. So even my girls had beds that they could go sleep in their own room, but we allowed them to sleep in our room until. I mean, because you'll never get that opportunity again. I don't know anybody that has ever been on their deathbed and like, I shouldn't have let my kids. No,
and I'm not knocking the kids sleeping with. I know many people who do that. I think it's like, I guess when I see a story about a lady who's been breastfeeding her 8-year-old, her 10-year-old, and her husband as well. My brain is like, that's kind of odd. Like, that's a weird thing.
But why?
Because it's like an adult human sucking on tits to get sustenance. It is kind of odd to me. The boy being 8 years old, starting to understand that, like, there are other tits in the world that he might build a complex. Now, not saying he will build a complex, and like he might. I think the point of
he's gonna be sucking on titties as a teenager and be like, these are empty.
Yeah,
what is wrong with your tits? I think your titties have diabetes or something.
He's turning the tits upside down.
Dude, he grabs her by and starts spinning her around to get the liquid to go to the top of the tits.
He's smacking the tits on the side. Come on. There's no some milk in here. Wait a minute, you're telling me your tits don't have milk? It's like, that again, look, am I saying it's wrong? No. Am I saying it's weird? Yeah.
So, but you have to keep in mind that, dude, I think it's really difficult when you come from a culture where you're supposed to be skeptical of everything that the world is telling you is the way things should be done.
Sure.
Right? It's not easy to contextualize how different cultures can be when you are one culture.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
I was trying to explain this the other day because, like, some people get a little, like, over the top about the idea that there was slavery in the United States. Like, some people get crazy about that.
Crazy in what way?
Like they
think that America was the only place that had slavery,
or to say that people can't do well now because we had slavery at some point. It's like slavery back then is holding us back now.
Yeah,
I think that is that lacks accountability. I think it's a victimization issue.
Sure.
But you can't get away from it, and you have to contextualize history very differently. Now, hear me out, dude. This dude, I was laughing so hard about this the other day. I think I have it. Okay, so here we go. So we can use the time. We're using information from the timeline.
Sure.
Right? So
okay.
We have. Oh, how much time did that say on there?
It says we're at a 1:11.
All right. Perfect. All right. So we have a timeline on the wall of historical things, but some things that are kind of like funny historical.
Sure.
Right? So this was funny to me. This made me laugh so hard. So 1826, which is not up there. I think it was 1826, the first ever. Oh no, 1829. The first ever permanent photo was ever taken.
Okay.
Right? 1829, the camera was invented, a permanent photo was taken. Right? And that was, if you remember correctly, historically, that was because people were trying to prove whether or not when horses ran, their feet ever touched the ground.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So in 1836.
What a wild thing to have an argument about. Also, let's like not just overlook. That's the crazy. It's like, dude, they are not touching the ground.
Also, for people to be so fucking animate about their opinion that they invented a camera,
they had to do it.
That's crazy to me.
They had to. Yeah.
He's like, we need something that creates an image of that thing that we can all look at and analyze over time, because they didn't even have the terminology for it at that point.
Yeah.
Right? So 1836 is when the first cameras were able to be sold.
Okay.
Right? It wasn't like commercially where like they were cheap. If you were wealthy and elite, you could have a camera. Yeah.
You also had to be primarily well off to even get your photo taken. You had to be. It was very expensive to do. That's why the rise of postmortem photography happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you had the camera though, you could take a picture of whatever you want.
Sure. If you had the camera. If you had
right?
it.
So think about this. So 1863
slavery
is when slavery ended. So 1836 is when cameras were being sold. 1863 is when slavery ended. That means there was a time between 1836 and 1863 where you could show somebody a picture of them being a slave.
Oh, yeah.
How crazy is that? Be like, yo, hey, real quick, this is what you look like as a slave.
Not pumped.
Yeah. Dude. Look,
why are you not smiling in this?
Look at this picture. This is what slaving away looks like. And then it gets crazier. Right? Because 1865 was Juneteenth.
Okay.
Right? So 2 years. So the people in Galveston, Texas, were still living as slaves. That means in 1865, you could be like, hey, I got some good news and some bad news for you, right? Good news is you're a free man. You're no longer a slave, right?
Sure.
The bad news is you've been free for 2 years. And then you can show them a picture of their face. when they found out that they were free yet still a slave for the last
No
2
one
years.
told me anything.
Dude. Shit.
Yeah, the gotcha photography. Dude, they should have changed it to Gotcha Teenth. Is what they should have changed the name. What?
That must
Say
have been
what?
crazy.
Wait, I've seen these pictures. Like, what are these black guys? Why aren't they working? What is this?
Dog.
Also, is that horse floating? What is this? What is this? Oh my God.
But that's a crazy thing to think about.
That is crazy.
Right? And that's a crazy thing when you think about the context of like the history of your people compared to the history of my people.
Sure.
Right? That's we have to gauge history. We have to gauge history differently, right?
Through gotcha photography.
So stuff like that alone allows for my culture to be a little more culturally more skeptical about the idea of this is the way things are supposed to be.
Believe me, I can understand that. But I also will go on it in the way that, you know, candy bars and gotcha photography of slavery are not the same.
Yes, they 100% are. It's all the same. If you can't trust one thing that you're told is the way things are supposed to be, you can't trust anything about the way things are supposed to be.
Even if they're like, this is how you eat this.
Especially. Who's telling me that? White people?
No, like
Culture?
What they're saying is when they made it, like, yo, you eat it like this. And then you're like, huh, that's not how I eat it. You're still eating the same thing.
That never came with the candy bar.
I'm just saying.
If it was the case that they say you made up a new food and say this is the way this new food has to be eaten, sure. and culturally, I go, I don't know about that.
You know what? I can't argue with it.
You don't eat anything weird. You don't eat anything.
What do you mean by weird?
Well, so I would ask you that same question if you would have asked me if I ate anything weird. I'd be like, what do you mean by weird? Even though I have the way that I eat.
You know what has been considered weird? That I've found that I get people like, wow, that's weird.
You like to eat pussy from the back?
One, that's how the instructions are.
It's in the Bible.
I don't know if you've seen the commercial for pussy.
Why wait?
I'm not me when I'm hungry, dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going anywhere for a while.
Yeah.
I'm with that ass pussy, dude.
Just do it.
Dude, you got it, dude. I'm obeying my thirst.
Yeah, dude. Eating pussy has every slogan. It's part of
a complete breakfast, dude. It's just part of it. You don't get the whole thing.
Small part of it.
You just get the one part, and then you got to slam orange juice afterwards. Because that's the only way you get all the nutrients, dude.
Yeah, you gotta get if you want the nutrients. You don't want to eat pussy empty.
I did. I would get shit for if I went to any restaurant and I was like, I'll have this. I would get that, not with any mods. Oh, can you take this off? Or, oh, can you change this? Or, I don't want it with this. The way people would be like, you're just going to eat that as is? Yeah, because that's how it comes. That's the way the chef's preparing it. That's the way it's supposed to be. I'm not a fucking chef. I'm not a fucking culinary expert. I'm trusting the person who's taking the time to make my food with all the ingredients that they're supposed to be in it to make it taste good.
Yeah.
I'm just going to eat it.
I get it, but after you eat it for the first time, for example, some people would get a cheeseburger from McDonald's. First time, boom. You know what? Cheeseburger was delicious. However, I could have done without the pickles. The next time, let me get a cheeseburger without the pickles.
Pickles are part of it.
Well, it's a suggestive part of it.
Yeah, but they're in there.
Yeah, suggestively.
Yeah, I'm not taking them out.
Hey,
I'm not doing.
I hope you like it this way, but this is the way we make it.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm not doing more work to my food. I do not care.
Oh, I do. I do more work to everything.
See, that's crazy.
I mod everything.
No.
I don't take any majority suggestions.
See, this
willy-nilly
is
about anything.
this is again. I don't know if this is a culture thing or just like I'm not. Maybe it's just a me thing. I find it very hard. Don't get me wrong. I love when people go out of their way to make good food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love when they take the time. I'm very appreciative of it, but I'm never like excited for food. I'm never excited. I find myself being very hard to be excited about something that I am going to turn into excrement. I find myself very seldom being excited for something that I know I'm not going to keep. I'm going to put that food into my stomach, and then I'm going to crap it out of my body. Same thing with booze. As a huge booze hound, as a wild drunk, I did have preferences of what whiskey I wanted, but in the end, it was like, yo, if you were like, yo, we don't have this. All right, I'll have that. No, we don't have that. All right, I'll have that. All right, no, you don't have that. Just give me anything, then I'm going to pee it out of my body. I don't, like when people get really like, oh my God, this is the best cocktail I've ever had. Yeah, but it's going to be just the same as that other cocktail. You're all going to pee it out of your body.
Sure,
Turn
but
it to
nothing
shit.
is permanent.
I don't know, man. I still have a Sega Genesis from 1993 that still works.
Yeah, but it's like, here's what I mean by this. Like everything has a fleeting quality to it.
Yeah, everything eventually goes away.
Well, no, not even saying that has to go away. But you don't get the same joy out of that Sega Genesis now that you got out of it when you first got it.
I will say that I am reminded of the joy.
Sure.
It is nostalgic. However, I don't get that with food. People get nostalgic about food, comfort food, home food, things that they see and hear and smell.
Well, I don't know if it's nostalgic because every time you eat that food, you get the pleasure. You get the pause. Be mature about this. You get the mouth pleasure of that food.
And every time I play NBA Jam on my Sega Genesis, I get the visual pleasure of being reminded. It's
not the same.
How is that not the same? It's a sense. I'm stimulating a sense.
Yeah, but it's not this. You don't spike the same. Like your cortisol doesn't spike the same.
I don't know,
dude. I literally just played NBA Jam last night.
Yeah, that's you. This goes back to the weird thing. This is a you thing. This is a you thing. I'm saying I get a lot of joy out of that. The same way you would get joy out of dissecting a candy bar to...
Yeah, people be mad different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because here's my thing. I don't feel like I ever lack for understanding of any human actions.
Sure.
Relatability, whether or not I would do it, that's a whole other thing. But as far as it be, like, I get it. I always get it. Whether or not, it doesn't matter if I'm about that life or
Sure.
about that thing.
Sure.
But it makes sense to me that someone could always be about that thing.
Yeah. I can agree on that. That's why I don't ever stop anybody or campaign against anybody or try to, really put an end to what someone's doing. I don't care what anybody is doing. It doesn't really affect me. What I'm saying is it doesn't mean that it isn't weird.
I'll give you that.
That's all I'm saying. I'm never going to be like, yo, you can't do that. Unless it's like personally affecting me. I would be like, yo, you got to stop. But as far as a person living their life and doing weird, like, yo, you can do all the weird shit you want. Is it weird? Yeah, it's fucking weird. But it's not going to, whatever, you're fucking happy. It's fine. The Wachowskis can be fine. They're on that thing.
But you admit they're weird.
That's a weird thing.
What they're doing is weird?
It's a little weird, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little weird.
Okay.
It's weird in the sense that,
I think they should stop.
It's weird in the sense that I don't understand it, but I'm never going to be them.
It's not affecting me in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all. So
I want them to quit it right now. I definitely want them to quit it. It's weird. I think we did it.
Oh, we definitely did it. This hasn't even been part of a complete podcast. This is the whole damn thing.
No, we got a Patreon.
We do have
this.
This
is only part of a
is
complete
part of a
podcast. They have to get the Patreon for the rest of the podcast.
It's the toast. It's the toast you never eat. It's the toast you see. You're like, damn, I'm not going to eat that toast. But then you eat it.
You got to eat the toast.
And you're fucking then
the
so
bacon.
full. It's like, I remember, I remember seeing those commercials and all that food. And then again, trying to be like, oh, I'm going to do the complete breakfast. Doing it and then going to school and being like, what maniac would, like, you are so full. You go to school and you're like, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like, I feel way too full. I'm going to shit my pants. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm so full that I can't even really concentrate.
You ate all 3 of your meals for the day at breakfast.
Oh, I know. And then at 10:45, you're going to have lunch again. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's crazy.
It is beyond nuts. But you know it's not beyond nuts? Getting on that Patreon. It's one of the greatest deals you can get. You get a secret episode, a secret bonus episode. You become part of the community, all for just $3. It is an insane deal. You got to get on that. Another thing you got to get on is the book Sullivan. Over 400 copies sold. It's part of a complete library. You should definitely...
It's part of a complete book.
Yes, I don't know how many pages it is. Is 200 pages part of a book?
It's part of a complete book.
I guess that's a complete book. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's part of one. You can get on that and you tell everyone that you know. And you know what? When you get it, you can read it any way you want. I won't judge you. You can read it upside down. You can read it like, different pages, go back and forth.
Yeah, start with chapter 7.
Start with it. Go backwards. Tarantino. It doesn't really matter. And make sure you also come and check us out at Soul Joe's on September 5th. It is going to be a banger time. It's going to be the best time in Pottstown that night. Bar none.
Bar none.
No one will ever touch
Bar
that
none.
night.
It will be part of a complete night.
Yeah, make it part of it.
Yeah.
Make it part. Get there.
Yeah.
Bring your cereal.
Yeah, dog. We should give a discount for people that
If
bring,
you are eating a bowl of cereal. That would be wild. I really don't know what I would do is if I was doing a show and I saw someone sitting casually eating a bowl of cereal. I probably would lose my fucking mind. I don't think I'd ever.
Dog,
be able to
my daughters last night, we were about to have dinner, and they were like, "Can we have cereal for a snack, real quick?"
Straight up.
Dog, I came back into the room. They had bowls this big filled with Apple Jacks,
Dude.
and I was like, "That's not a snack." That's crazy.
That's a complete breakfast.
It's a complete breakfast. That is crazy.
That's the most Apple Jacks.
We had never talk about the difference between a snack and like a meal.
Dude, that's what they think. Dude, they're eating the food the way they want.
Yeah. So
They're
we
eating the food they want.
coffee mugs.
Coffee mugs is the proper amount of a snack.
Yeah, you put it in the coffee mug. That's what Dad does. Back when I was trying to like cut back on sugar and not be a filthy animal. And I did a whole box of cereal in one setting.
I love how you not being an animal comes down to different wild sizes. I enjoy a mug of cereal.
Yeah.
I enjoy a nice mug of cereal.
And then we just kept getting bigger mugs.
You've got those crazy.
I got it from Durny Park.
Yeah, those
Just like a giant-
novelty mugs. Are you supposed to put pens in that?
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
I use it it's a mug. It's a regular mug. Oh, my God. Well, we do this.
Pens, umbrellas.
Yeah, whatever. You fill to the brim with Apple Jacks. Oh, my God. We do this every Sunday. Please get on it. I've been Ryan Shannon. This has been Sidney again. This has been World War Fun, and we will see you next time. God love you, Wang.